हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our Bhakti Vaibhava course. Let's begin with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. जन्मादस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः. तेजो वारि मृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. धर्मः प्रोजितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्. श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्योरिद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतं द्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. स वै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति. वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदस्तत्त्वं यज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवान् इति शब्दते. अतः पुंभिर्द्विजश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रमविभागशः स्वनुष्ठितस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धिर्हरितोषणम्. एते चांशकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे. तद्वाग्विसर्गो जनताघविप्लवो यस्मिन् प्रतिश्लोकमभद्यवत् अपि नामानन्तस्य यशोऽङ्कितानि यत् शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति गृह्णन्ति साधवः. यस्यां वै श्रूयमाणायां कृष्णे परमपुरुषे भक्तिरुत्पद्यते पुंसः शोकमोहभयापहा. आत्मारामाश्च मुनयो निर्ग्रन्था पुरुक्रमे कुर्वन्तः हेतुकीं भक्तिम् इत्थं भूतगुणो हरिः. त्वयिम्यनन्यविषया मतिर्मधुपते सकृत् रतिम् उद्वहता दद्धा गङ्गेवौघम् उदन्वती. उद्दाम भावपिशुनमलवल्गुहास व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासां सम्मुह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहकैर्न शेकुः. भवद्विधा भागवतास्तीर्थभूता स्वयं विभो तीर्थि कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि स्वान्तस्तेन गदाभृता. तूलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गिसङ्गस्य मर्त्यानां किमुताशिषः. तिरस्कृता विप्रलब्धा शप्ता क्षिप्ता हता अपि नास्य तत्प्रतिकुर्वन्ति तद्भक्ताः प्रभवोऽपि पुनश्च भूयात् भगवदनन्ते रतिप्रसङ्गश्च तदाश्रयेषु महत्सु यां यामुपयामि सृष्टिं मैत्रस्तु सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः एतावान् साङ्ख्ययोगाभ्यां स्वधर्मपरिनिष्ठया जन्मलाभः परः पुंसामन्ते नारायणस्मृतिः अकाम सर्वकामो वा मोक्षकाम उदारधि तीव्रेण भक्तियोगेन यजेत पुरुषं परम् अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत्सदसत्परम् पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम् ऋत्यर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावशेषनु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेषहम् एतावद्देव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयवतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा अत्र सर्गो विसर्गश्च स्थानं पोषणमूतयः मन्वन्तरेशानुकथा निरोधो मुक्तिराश्रयः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are continuing our study of the 9th chapter of the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are in the very important section called Chatushloki Bhagavatam. There are 4 verses that summarize the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, and we have discussed the first 2 verses, and today we will be starting from the 3rd verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. That brings us to text number 35. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, in his form of Lord Vishnu, is speaking these verses to Lord Brahma. Text 35. Yatha mahanti bhutani bhuteshu chavasheshanu pravishtanya pravishtani tatha teshu na teshaham yatha mahanti bhutani bhuteshu chavasheshanu pravishtanya pravishtani tatha teshu na teshaham. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. So the word-to-word meaning is Yatha, just as Mahanti, the universal Bhutani elements, Bhuteshu, Uchchavacheshu, in the minute and gigantic. Anu, after, Pravishtani, entered, Apravishtani, not entered, Tatha, so, Teshu, in them, Na, not, Teshu, in them, Aham, myself. Translation: Lord Vishnu is saying, O Brahma, please know that the universal elements enter into the cosmos and at the same time do not enter into the cosmos. Similarly, I myself also exist within everything created, and at the same time I am outside of everything. So Krishna is in everything and Krishna is outside of everything. In his impersonal feature, Krishna is in everything. In his personal feature, Krishna is out of all this material world. Purport: the Supreme Lord, Krishna, by his different energies, namely the internal energy and the external energy, is within everything in the manifested cosmos. And at the same time, Krishna is outside of everything, situated in the kingdom of God, Vaikuntha Lok, as described before. This is very nicely stated in Sri Brahma Samhita 5.37 as follows. आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभे स्थाभिर्य एव निज रूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्म भूतो गोविंदमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, who by expansion of his internal potency, Ananda is Ladhini Shakti, Radharani. By expansion of his internal potency of transcendental existence, knowledge and bliss, enjoys his own and expanded forms. Tabhirya eva nija rupa kalabhi. He enjoys in his own form and his expanded forms. In Golok Vrindavan, in his own form. In the Vaikuntha planets, in his expanded form. Krishna enjoys. Simultaneously, he enters into every atom of the universe. Every atom of the creation, Krishna enters. He is Akhilatma Bhuto. Even though Goloka Eva Nivasat. He does Nivas in Golok Vrindavan. Stays there. But he is present everywhere in his impersonal, expanded form. This is exactly what Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd verse of Chatushloki, is teaching us. Further in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, this expansion, Kalabhi, expansion of his plenary parts is also more definitely explained in the same Sri Brahma Samhita 5.35 as follows. Ekopasau rachaitum jagadanda kotim yachaktirasti jagadanda chaya yadantaha andantarastha paramanu chayantarastham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, who, by one of his plenary portions, enters into the existence of every universe and every particle of the atoms, and thus unlimitedly manifests his infinite energy all over the material creation. The impersonalists can imagine or even perceive that the Supreme Brahman is thus all-pervading, and therefore they conclude that there is no possibility of his personal form. So the problem with impersonalists is that they focus on the all-pervading aspect of Krishna, and they neglect the personal form of Krishna. Both aspects are there. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti, paramatmeti, and bhagavan iti shabdate. So they focus on the all-pervasive form of Krishna, but they neglect the personal form of Krishna. Herein lies the mystery of his transcendental knowledge. This mystery is transcendental love of God, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. And one who is surcharged with such transcendental love, prem, love of Godhead, can without difficulty see the personality of Godhead in every atom and in every movable and immovable object. What verse is this? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Are you all paying attention or are you all sleeping? What verse is that? So many times we have quoted it. Who can answer? स्थावर जंगम देखे ना देखे तारा मूर्ति Sarvatra haya nija ishtadeva spurti. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sthavar Jangam, moving, non-moving. Sarvatra hai nija ishtadeva spurti. Sees the Lord everywhere. Prabhupada is saying, see the personality of God in every atom and every movable and immovable object. At the same time, such a devotee who has prem, love, he can see the personality of Godhead in his own abode, Goloka Vrindavan, enjoying eternal pastimes with his eternal associates, who are also expansions of his transcendental existence. This vision is the real mystery of spiritual knowledge. This vision to have this darshan of Krishna, Krishna's associates, Krishna's Vrindavan Dham, this is the real mystery of spiritual knowledge, because this is the actual fruit of cultivating spiritual knowledge. Na yoga siddhir na mamastu moksho vaikuntha loke pina parshadatvam prema pina sadidijetaram tu mamastu vrindavana eva vasa. Where Krishna lives, enjoying his eternal pastime with his eternal associates. Preshtali bhi sevyamana usparami. Shri Radha, Srila Govinda Deva. The mystery can be revealed through the process recommended by Lord Brahma in his Brahma Samhita 5.38 as follows. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Premanjana. I worship the original personality of Godhead Govinda, whom the pure devotees, Santaha, their eyes smeared with the ointment of love, Premanjana, always observe how within their heart, Hridayeshu Vilokayanti, they see in the heart, Vilokayanti, Hridayeshu. This Govinda, the original personality of Godhead, is Shama Sundar, Yam Shama Sundar, and Achintya Gunaswarupam. He has got all inconceivable, transcendental qualities. This is Krishna. Therefore, although Krishna is present in every atom, Matsthani Sarva Bhutani, the Supreme Personality of Godhead may not be visible to the dry speculators. Naham Prakasha Sarvasya, Yoga Maya Samavita. Still, the mystery is unfolded before the eyes of the pure devotees because their eyes are anointed with love of Godhead, with Prem. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanen. Factually, the spiritually developed person is able to have the television of the kingdom of God always reflected within his heart. That is the mystery of knowledge of the personality of Godhead. I repeat, please pay attention here to this. Factually, the spiritually developed person is able to have the television of kingdom of God always reflected within his heart. Hare Krishna. How does that sound? To have the television screen playing in the heart where we can see Golok Vrindavan. One Vrajvasi sadhu, he was approached by a student and said that there is one Baba, there is one Guru who can tell what is in our mind. He can tell what is in the mind. We can write down what is in the mind and you go to him and he'll tell you what you have written. He can tell what's in your mind. So, Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, do you also have this type of siddhi where you can see what is in our mind? Do you know what the Guru Maharaj said? The pure devotee said? He said, why should I focus on what is in your mind? I am seeing what Radha and Krishna are doing right now in Golok Vrindavan. That is more important than what is going on in your dirty mind. Why should I care what's going in your mind? So that is a Mahabhagavat, that we don't want anything of this world. What is more important is what Prabhupada is writing in the purport. In the television screen of the heart, spiritual world is playing. Golok Vrindavan channel. Live. Divyad Vrindaranya. Kalpa Durmad. Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanastho. Shri Shri Radha. Srila Govinda Devo. Prishtali Visevyamano Smara. Shrimad Rasa Rasarambhi. Vamshi Vata Tata Sthita. Karshana Venu. Swanayara Gopir. Gopinath. Shri Astuna. This is going on. This is the real success of life. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ji Maharaj said, if I observed my Guru Maharaj very closely, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. If I would have observed that he is Krishna conscious for 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, I would have rejected him. But I saw Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, and he was so Krishna conscious. He was Krishna conscious 24 hours a day. I could not see 1 second when he was not conscious of Krishna, when he was not serving Krishna. And therefore I surrendered to him. That is the standard. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Lord can award anyone and everyone liberation, mukti. Mukti pradata sarvesham Vishnur evana samshaya. Krishna can give mukti from the bondage of material existence. Yet he rarely rewards, beg your pardon, yet he rarely awards the privilege of love of Godhead. As confirmed by Shripad Narad Muni, Muktim dadhati karhichit smana bhakti yogam. Mukti Krishna will give, but he will not give pure bhakti. This transcendental devotional service of the Lord is so wonderful that the occupation keeps the deserving devotee always wrapped in psychological activities. Psychological activities mean manasi seva. Vraje sada Radha Krishna manase sevive. This is the instruction Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Gramya katha na kohibe, gramya vartha na shunibe, bhala na khaibe yar bhala na paribe, amani manada haya, Krishna nama sada lebe, braje sada Radha Krishna manasi sevibe. These are the instructions given. Be humble, always chant Krishna Nam, and in your heart, in your mind, internally, always worship Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu's instructions to Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. The devotee is always wrapped in psychological activities. That is the occupation. Manasi Seva is going on. This is called Smaranam. Very important limb of bhakti, Smaranam. Thus, love of God had developed in the hearts of the devotee is a great mystery. How love of God, how Krishna Prem comes into the heart of a person in the material world. This is a great mystery. Because Krishna Prem is not a product of this material world. So Krishna Prem descends in the heart of the pure devotees who come in this world. And that Sadhu Guru can give Krishna Prem from his heart, infuse it into the hearts of others. How Mahaprabhu would just embrace someone and give Krishna Prem. Look at someone and give Krishna Prem. Satarati satarati salokantarayati. Brahmaji previously told Shripad Narad Muni that the desires of Brahmaji are never unfulfilled because he is always absorbed in the transcendental loving service of Lord Krishna. Satyam vidhatum nija bhritya bhashitam. Nor has he any desire in his heart save and except the transcendental service of the Lord. That is the beauty and mystery of the process of Bhakti Yoga. Sadhavo hridayam mayam. As the Lord's desire is infallible because he is Achyut, similarly the desires of the devotees in the transcendental service of Lord Krishna are also Achyut, infallible. तुम्हारा हृदय सदा गोविंद विश्राम. Govinda kahe na Vaishnav mora pran. Krishna is always in the heart of the devotee, and Krishna says that my devotee is my life and soul. Aham bhakta paradhino hi asavanta evatvija sadhu bir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priya. This is the relationship of love between Krishna and the devotee. Krishna cannot live without his devotees, and the devotees cannot live without Krishna. This is the transcendental mystery. And because the devotee is always thinking of serving Krishna, the devotee's desires will always be fulfilled. They will always come to fruition. Why? Krishna will fulfill them. Prabhupada said, let there be a temple here. And there was a temple. Last fourth verse of the Chatushloki, 36. एतावद् एव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. A person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, must certainly search for it up to this in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. Etavat, up to this, eva, certainly, jidnyasyam, is to be inquired, tattva, absolute truth, jidnyasuna, by the student, the jidnyasu, atmanaha, of the self, anvaya, directly, vyatirikabhyam, indirectly. Yat, whatever, syat, it may be, sarvatra, in all space and time, sarvada, in all circumstances, all times, in all places. We should search for the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead. That is the way of spiritual success, to be always looking for Krishna. Why is the Shrota of Srimad Bhagavatam so glorious? Who is the Shrota of these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is Maharaj Parikshit who is listening. And he was like that. His name was Parikshit because everywhere he was inspecting. Parikshit, is it Krishna? Is Krishna here? Oh, that Krishna who had given me darshan in the womb. Is that him? Is he hiding behind the tree? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Parikshit. Always looking, searching for Krishna. That's what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to become Parikshit. All of us. Searching for Krishna, looking for Krishna in all circumstances. That is Krishna consciousness. Be conscious of Krishna. Things that put us into forgetfulness of Krishna, we should avoid. Pratikulya varjanam. But anukulya sankalpa, what is favorable, we should accept. Accept the positive and give up the negatives. Simple process. Purport. To unfold the mystery of Bhakti Yoga, as it is explained in the previous verse, is the ultimate stage of all inquiries, or the highest objective for the inquisitive. Everyone is searching after self-realization in different ways, some by karma yoga, some by jnana yoga, some by dhyana yoga, raja yoga, by bhakti yoga, etc. Everyone is searching for self-realization. To engage in self-realization is the responsibility of every living entity developed in consciousness. Those who have Udita Vivek, little bit developed, they don't have too much Sankuchit Chetana. It is their duty. If they have some intelligence to understand transcendence, it is their duty to take to transcendentalism, spiritualism. It is duty. To engage in self-realization is the responsibility of every living entity, Prabhupada says. The Vedanta Sutra philosophy begins with this inquiry about life. Athātu Brahma Jigyasa. And even Srimad Bhagavatam answers such inquiries. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra by the same author, Srila Vyasadeva. Lord Brahma wanted to be perfectly educated by the personality of Godhead. And here is the answer by the Lord, finished in 4 nutshell verses from Aham Eva Samevagre to Etavat Eva. This verse. This is the end of all self-realization processes. Men do not know that the ultimate goal of life is Vishnu. Ultimate goal of life is Vishnu. Ante Narayana Smriti. So the purpose of self-realization is to understand Krishna, understand our Swarup and our relationship with Krishna. And this will only happen if we are always searching for Krishna. No matter what situation we are in, we should be thinking of Krishna. We have to train our mind. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha griyate. We have to train the mind to choose the right things, to look for Krishna. Always look for Krishna. Purport, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada continues, it is said, Parabhavastavad jato yavan jidnyasat atmatattvam yavat kriyastavad manovai karmatmakam yena sharira bandha. This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.5. As long as one is blind to inquiring after self-realization, all material activities, however great they may be, are all different kinds of defeat, because the aim of human society is not fulfilled by such unwanted and profitless activities. The function of the human body is to attain freedom from material bondage, but as long as one is fully absorbed in material activities, his mind will be overwhelmed in the whirlpool of matter. Shishnodara Parayana Krishna nahi paye. Overwhelmed in the whirlpool of matter. And thus he will continue to be encaged in material bodies, life after life. Punarapi janamam, punarapi maranam. Will continue. Evam manah karma visham prayunkte avidyayatman upadhiyamane pritirnayavan mai vasudeve namuchyate deha yoge natavat. Pritirnayavan mai vasudeve namuchyate deha yoge natavat. Very beautiful verse from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us it is one's mind that generates different kinds of bodies for suffering different kinds of material pangs. One's mind is producing it. We may become a dog, we may become something else, but it is our mind. If one's mind that generates different kinds of bodies for suffering different kinds of material pangs, as long as this mind is absorbed in fruitive activities, the mind is understood to be absorbed in essence. And thus one is sure to be subjected to material bondage in different bodies again and again. As long as the mind has material desires, mind is thinking, oh, wish I could be that in my next life. Oh, wish I could do this. Oh, wish I could enjoy this. Then we are guaranteeing ourselves another birth in this miserable world. Anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. The problem is we are looking for sukh. We are looking for happiness in this world. But Krishna has said, Anityam asukham lokam. This whole lok, not just one particular area. No, this whole material world is a place of birth and death and suffering. Anityam asukham. Krishna has labeled this whole material world as asukham. There is no sukh, sukh nahi hai. And what are we looking for? We are all looking for sukh only. In a place where it's not there. So therefore, as long as one's mind is attached to material things, we will be absorbed in ignorance, nescience. And thus one is sure to be subjected to material bondage in different bodies again and again. Until one develops transcendental love for Krishna Vasudeva, the Supreme Person. To become absorbed in the transcendental name, quality, form, activities, Nam, Leela, Gun, Roop of Krishna, Vasudeva, means to change the temper of the mind from matter to absolute truth. Yes, this is what we are saying. Mind from matter to absolute truth is where we have to take it, which leads one to the path of absolute realization and thus frees one from the bondage of material contact and engagements in different material bodies. What will prevent us from having to take repeated birth in this world? To fix our mind on spiritual knowledge. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, therefore, comments on the words Sarvatra Sarvada, in the sense that the principles of Bhakti Yoga or devotional service to the Lord are apt in all circumstances. Sarvada, in all circumstances, Bhakti is to be practiced. That is, Bhakti Yoga is recommended in all the revealed scriptures. It is performed by all authorities. It is important in all places. It is useful in all causes and effects, etc. And Srila Jiva Goswami quotes a verse from Sri Skanda Puran on the topics of Brahma and Narada as follows. Samsaresmin mahaghore janma mrityu samakule pujanam vasudevasya tarakam vadibhismritam. In the material world, which is full of darkness and dangers, combined with birth and death and full of different anxieties, the only way to get out of the danger entanglement, great entanglement, is to accept the loving transcendental devotional service to Lord Vasudeva. Pujanam Vasudevasya. This is accepted by all classes of philosophers. Material world is full of darkness and dangers. There's Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, birth, old age, disease, death, which we cannot avoid. Tapatraya, 3 types of sufferings are there already. Adi Bhautik, Adhyatmik, Adi Devik. And we are just stuck in this material world. The only way out is Pujanam Vasudevasya, worshipping Lord Vasudeva with love. Srila Jiva Goswami also quotes another common passage which is found in 3 Puranas, namely Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, Linga Puran. It runs as follows. This verse is important. It's mentioned 3 times in 3 different Puranas. Alodya sarva shastrani vicharya cha punah punaha idam ekam sunishpannam Dheyo Narayana Sada. Dheyo Narayana Sada. By scrutinizingly revealing all the revealed scriptures and judging them again and again, it is now concluded that Lord Narayana is the supreme absolute truth, and thus he alone should be worshipped. The same truth is also indirectly described in the Garuda Purana as follows. Garuda Puran says, Param gatopi vedanam sarva shastrartha vedapi yona sarveshware bhaktas tam vidyat purushadamam. Even though one may have gone to the other side of all the Vedas, which means even though one may have read, understood all the Vedas, and even though one is well versed in all the revealed scriptures, if he is not a devotee of the Supreme Lord, he must be considered the lowest of mankind. He's considered the lowest of mankind. Who? One who has studied scriptures but is not a devotee of Krishna. A devotee of Krishna has all good qualities. A non-devotee of Krishna has no good qualities, and we'll see how. Similarly, it is also stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, indirectly or as follows. Indirectly as follows. It is said, Srimad Bhagavatam. What is this verse? Very important verse. How the demons have no good qualities and the demigods have all the good qualities. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavata kinchana sarvair gunastatra samasate surah harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena satidhavato bahi. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavat akinchana. One who has unflinching devotion under the Supreme Personality of Godhead must have all the good qualities of the demigods. Sarvair gunas tatra samasate sura. Sura are the demigods. And contrarily, one who is not a devotee of the Lord must be hovering in the darkness of mental speculation and thus must be engaged in material impermanence. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.11.18 says, Shabda Brahmani Nishnato Na Nishnayat Pare Yadi Shramastasya shrama phalo hi edhunam iva rakshataha. One may be well versed in all the transcendental literature of the Vedas, but if he fails to be acquainted with the Supreme, then it must be concluded that all of his education is like the burden of a beast, or like one keeping a cow without milking capacity. Adhenum. Therefore, the devotional service of the Lord with perfect knowledge through the training of a bona fide spiritual master is advised for everyone, even if one happens to be a human being. Devotional service and bona fide spiritual master, very important. It's confirmed in Garuda Puran. Kita Pakshi Mriganam cha harau sanyasta chetasam urdhvam eva gatim manye kim punarjnani nrinam. Even the worms, birds, and beasts are assured of elevation to the highest perfectional life if they are completely surrendered to the transcendental loving service of the Lord. So, what to speak of the philosophers amongst the human beings? It is said in the Skanda Puran, Yasya smritya chana muktya tapo yajna kriyadishu nunam sampurnatam eti sadyo vande tam achyutam. Skanda Puran says this. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Lord Achyut, the infallible one, because simply by either remembering him or vibrating his holy name, one can attain the perfection of all penances, sacrifice, and fruitive activities. And this process can be universally followed. What? Offering obeisances to Krishna and chanting his holy names. The Lord is all pervading, and therefore service unto him is also all pervading. This fact is corroborated in the Skanda Purana as follows: Archite Deva Devesha Shankha Chakra Gadadhare Archita Sarva Deva Syur Yataha Sarvagato Harihi. When the Supreme Lord, personality of God, who carries in his hands a conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower, is worshipped, certainly all other demigods are worshipped automatically, because Lord Hari, the personality of Godhead, is all pervading. In the Vishnu Puran, it is written, Sahanistan Mahashidram Samanoha Sa Eva Samanoha Sacha Vibhramaha Yanmuhurtam Kshanam Vapi Vasudevam Nachintayet. If even for a moment remembrance of Vasudev, the personality of Godhead, is missed, that is the greatest loss. That is the greatest illusion. And that is the greatest anomaly. Imagine, even for a moment, remembrance of Vasudev is missed. That is the greatest loss, because no amount of money can buy that time back. The conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam as given by Shri Shukdev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit is as follows. Etan nirvidyamananam ichchatam akuto bhayam yoginam nripanirnitam harer namanukirtanam. O King Parikshit, it is finally decided that everyone, namely those in the renounced order of life, the mystics, and the enjoyers of fruitive work, all of them should chant the holy name of Lord Hari fearlessly to achieve the desired success in their pursuits. Bhagavatam 2.1.11. Etan nirvidyamananam ichchadam akuto bhayam yoginam nripanirnitam harer namanukirtanam. The cream of Srimad Bhagavatam in the foregoing 4 shlokas is sometimes squeezed out by the impersonalist for different interpretations in their favor. But it should be carefully noted that the 4 shlokas were first described by the personality of Godhead Vishnu himself, and thus the impersonalist has no scope to enter into them because he has no conception of the personality of Godhead. There's no conception. Therefore, the impersonalist may squeeze out any interruptions from them, but such interruptions, such interpretations will never be accepted by those who are taught in the disciplic succession of Lord Brahma, the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, as will be cleared up in the following verses. Krishna will clear up how we don't have to be impersonalist. Besides that, the Shruti confirms that the Supreme Absolute Truth, Absolute Personality of Godhead, never reveals himself to anyone who is falsely proud of his academic knowledge. This Shruti mantra clearly says, Mundak Upanishad 3.2.3 and the Katha Upanishad 1.2.23. They have this verse. Nayamatma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena yam evaisha vrinute tena labhyastas yaisha atma vivrunute tanum swam. The Supreme Lord is not obtained by direct expert explanations. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo. By vast intelligence, na medhaya, nor even by much hearing, na bahuna shrutena. He is obtained only by one whom he himself chooses. To such a person, he manifests his own form. Wow, manifests his own form. Krishna is so merciful. Let me see if there are any questions, and then we can continue from verse 37. Krishna will next time. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions? Hare Krishna. This is a very philosophical section of Srimad Bhagavatam, and very important also to understand all these scriptural conclusions that we are reading. So thank you very much, dear devotees. No questions, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.